The Fallschirmjäger Gewehr 42, or FG-42 for short, was one of the best automatic rifles of the Second World War. Designed in 1942 for use by German paratroopers, the Fallschirmjäger, the weapon went into full-scale production in 1943 and was produced until the end of the war. Despite this, as the FG-42 was produced specifically for the Fallschirmjäger, who were part of the Luftwaffe, only approximately 7,000 were manufactured. This makes the weapon an extremely rare and collectible weapon today. It is even rarer to see the FG-42 in wartime footage or in films on the big screen. The first 2,000 examples of the FG-42 featured a metal butt and curved pistol grip. The curved pistol grip meant that the weapon took on something of a resemblance to the Kar 98 rifle. The FG-42 was designed to be dropped directly with men of the Fallschirmjäger, a vast improvement of dropping weapons separately in containers. A second variant of the FG-42 was later introduced, which featured a wooden buttstock and simple pistol grip. This variant used more inexpensive stamped metal and were more economic to manufacture. Around 5,000 of this version would be built. This second generation of the FG-42 was reinforced to better handle the 8mm Mauser cartridge, which proved too powerful for the lighter construction of the first generation. At the same time, the bipod and muzzle brake on the second generation was also improved. The advanced muzzle of the FG-42 helped with recoil and limited muzzle flash, although it made blast and noise much greater than on similar weapons. A further interesting feature of the FG-42 is the incorporation of a bayonet, which could be flipped out for use. When folded, the bayonet was hidden by the bipod. The concept of the FG-42 was that a Fallschirmjäger could switch from a light machine gun to semi-automatic fire by simply changing the selector switch. The original variant of the FG-42 was a Rheinmetall Borsig design. When the Luftwaffe first turned its attention to the FG-42 in 1941 following the invasion of Crete, it requested a selective-fire handheld weapon and approached Senior Air Staff Secretary Ossenbach informally to develop the weapon. The Reich Air Ministry at the same time sought to develop a universal shoulder-fired automatic rifle which could replace the bolt-action rifle, submachine gun, and light machine gun in the air assault role. Subsequently, designers at Rheinmetall joked that such were the ambitious list of design requirements that they were presented with, that they were being asked to make an egg-laying, woolly dairy pig. The FG-42 is fired from a closed bolt in semi-automatic fire, which increases accuracy. The weapon switches over to firing from open bolt when it is used in full automatic, which improved cooling and prevented rounds from cooking off. The FG-42 is easily recognizable for its side-loaded magazine. The side-loaded magazine had the advantage of allowing the weapon to be used in the prone position with limited movement to replace magazines, and also allowed the trigger mechanism to be mounted further forward, keeping the receiver shorter. The recoil spring was extended into the stock for the same purpose. All FG-42s had integral scope mounts, which allowed for quick installation or removal of a telescopic sight. The weapon's iron sights could be folded down to present a clearer field of view. The first generation of the FG-42 weighed 10.5 pounds, with the latter variant weighing 10.9 pounds. The first generation of the weapon could fire up to 900 rounds per minute. The second generation of the weapon saw the rate of fire lowered. Generally, semi-automatic fire was favoured for both conserving ammunition and to reduce wear and damage to the weapon. The side-mounted magazine made the FG-42 somewhat unbalanced, although it may be noted that its recoil was very manageable and the weapon offered good accuracy in both semi and full automatic. Overall, the FG-42 was an effective design. However, it was costly to manufacture, with production favouring more cost-effective weapons like the STG-44, of which over 400,000 were produced. Considered one of the most advanced weapon designs of the Second World War, the FG-42 influenced post-war small arms development, and many features of its design, such as the general shape, stock style, gas-rotating bolt operation, and sheet metal and plastic construction, were copied by the US Army when it developed the M60 machine gun.
Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more updates, like and share. You can also help to support the channel at Patreon. Details are in the description box below.